Welcome to this week's newsletter, and in it I'll be showing you how to squeeze paint out of a tube the easy way if you know how. Now I'll also be answering a question that has been asked some time back about highlights in the eyes. That will be a short one there for you, and then after that I have a very interesting site. Especially if you are interested in doing outdoor painting or would like to do some outdoor painting by a very prolific UK artist. So without much further ado, let's get going. A tip of the week. And I have here some paint tubes that have been used by my students, and I'd like to show you how not to squeeze out tubes. What happens, have a look at these ones. I'll just pick them up. There you can see them. It's nice and wide, this side, but look at the side there. It is thin as anything. Put another one down. Looks like that. Come up. It is thin as anything. All the paint is across here. Let's pick up another one. There it is. They've been that, and it looks like that. Now what actually happens in a case like this is a lot of people use this for toothpaste as well. They come, they grab near the top and they press, and then they try and get the paint out. And then they battle to get paint out, and they want to know why. The reason for that is when you squeeze here to try and get paint out, you've only got that little piece of paint there that is going to come out of the tube. In actual fact, what you're doing, you're squeezing 95% of the paint back in, and nothing is going to come out. So that is the way not to use it. Now here we have some of my tubes that I use. Now look at it. Pick them up. They're not squashed to the top here. They turned nice across there. You can look, there's full amount of tube paint in there. I'll take any one of these other ones and you'll see there that there's plenty of paint in there. What you should do is to take the tube at the back and then squeeze out the paint from here. Then you're going to have no problem at all. It's going to be easier when you want to put the paint back, like the other tip, that you can take it up like that, and then you've got all that space here to go in. If it's squashed to the top, it's going to be very difficult to get your paint into the tube. So what to do is I take this, and as I'm using it, I'll take that, and then I'll turn that around, bring it up there, and then it makes it easier for me to squeeze the paint out. So simple, very effective, and saves a lot of trouble. If you are using plastic tubes for your paints, what actually happens is that when you're using them, it just opens up again. It draws all the air inside, especially if you're using acrylics, and then your paint starts drying inside. And also another thing is you never know exactly how much paint you got left, so you've got to keep on squeezing until all of a sudden then you squeeze out too much. Now what I do, I twist that up and turn it until I've got to the amount that's in the tube, and then I take one of these clips and clip that onto there, and you close it, put it away, and you can squeeze from that, or if this is in the road, just pull that out again, and then squeeze your paint out, and you know exactly how much you've got, and it makes everything so much simpler and so much easier. And not only that, look at the space that it takes compared to a big tube which is got absolutely full of air.
And now let's go and learn how to do something interesting on the Paint Basket website. When you first join the website, you start off with this ugly bag over your head, so let's go and change that today. You do that by clicking the profile icon over here. When your profile page opens up, you go to the Modify Profile option and select Forum Profile from your drop-down menu. Now you're able to choose one of the standard avatars from the gallery, no picture, or if you have your own avatar saved on another website, you can paste the URL over here. You can also go and upload a profile picture that you have saved on your computer. Once you're happy with your choice, scroll down and click the Change Profile button. Hey look, this loopy artist dude looks just like Nolan. I think while we're at the computer, why don't we go and take a look at our website of the week. Our artist and website of the week this week is Adebanji Alade, one of the UK's most prolific artists. He specializes in in-play air paintings of the local scenery, but he also does beautiful pencil sketches as well. I wonder where he bought that handy portable easel. If we take a look at the size of some of the paintings, you'll be amazed at the amount of detail he manages to cram into such a tiny space. For this successful artist, no weather is too extreme to keep him away from his brushes. And in case you were wondering how he keeps his feet warm, well, there you have it. Adebanji's site is packed with awesome paintings and drawings, well worth the visit. If you want to go and take a look for yourself, the link is in the resources box below.
Now this is a portrait that I did of Shangaan Tree. His name is Israel Ngobeni, and I often used to go and visit him when I was on holiday in his area. And let's have a look at his eyes, let's have a look at his face. Let's go in a little bit further. There we go. And let's examine them a little bit here. Now if we look at those eyes, the main light is coming sort of more or less from this area here, slightly to this side. You can see from the highlight and the shadow, but we're picking up the reflection of the sky. Throwing that eyelid is throwing a shadow there, so that all you see is virtually this little line across there, and that little line across here. Now you've got the main highlight on this side. Then usually when there's a little gap in that highlight across where the actual pupil is, because of the density there, and there's a little reflection on this side because it's in the shadow. This one here has got more on this side coming across, and because there's fairly strong light, there's also this little point light that you will see. So it's not always a flash that does that, but 9 times out of 10, if you don't see these others, it'll be just a single little dot there and a single little dot there. But this one gives you the natural highlight without having to use always resorting to the flash or the. Have a look at the eyes now. And this one here, take very particular note of these eyes, the way it was executed. Okay, let's look at that. Now in that one there, I want you to have a note. Can you see where the highlight is? Right dead center in the pupil. Right dead center in the pupil. And that is a dead giveaway that this has been taken off a photograph taken by a flash. If the light was coming from the side, that there would be right there on the edge of the pupil. That one there on the edge of the pupil, if the light was coming from this side. If the light was coming from the left hand side, that highlight would be on this side here, and that highlight would be on there. And if it's just a little round dot, that not always, but 90% of the time will tell you that is either a flash or a very strong light coming from a particular direction. There's not an even light that's all around like outside in the daytime. But this is a very common fault. Be very careful whenever you see that. Sometimes what happens, you'll find they painted with maybe 2 of these ones and 3. Maybe you have 3 little spots. 3 little spots. Dead giveaway. And that is taken from a painting that was done not a painting but a photograph taken in the studio, where you will have your studio lights, one from the front, one from the top, and another one from the side set out to give you your molding of the face. So if you have got it, always take 2, take them out and only leave one where you have your main highlight. Only that. But take the others out. Never leave the 2 or 3 in the eye.
This week I've got some really exciting news for you again, but before we do that, I want to show you my favorite artwork of the week. And that is this lovely pencil drawing by Gibbo. 4 weeks ago, Angela started our Let's Draw pencil drawing course, and 4 weeks down the line, this is one of the drawings that she's done by sitting outside and drawing her own greenhouse in her backyard. Angela, it's immaculate. Well done. Now for that big announcement. Guys, this week we managed to reach 1,000 members on our website. Yay, well done. Thank you for everybody for joining and telling your friends. Of course, thanks for the support. We really appreciate it. Now, to show our support, what we've decided to do is give you guys another free art course. This time, it's going to be a 6-week oil painting course. How does that sound? So, to make it even better, what we've decided to do is make it a live course. In other words, we're going to film it right in front of you guys, where you're available to ask us your questions and we're available to answer them right there and there on the spot. Awesome stuff. So, part 1 of the course is going to be our color mixing webinar, which we held 2 weeks ago. So if you haven't watched that yet, please go and watch that again, because it forms part of the course. Next week, we're going to start with part 2 of the course, which is going to be all about composition and all the equipment that we use in oil painting. Part 3 to 6 is going to be all about painting. So what you need to do is bookmark the next 5 Tuesdays if you live in the US, Europe or Africa. If you live in New Zealand or Oz, you need to bookmark the next 5 Wednesday mornings, because that is when we're going to be holding our free art course. In the resources box, you'll find a link with all the course times in your local time zone. So head off there and go and take a look so that you don't miss it. Also, to make sure that you don't miss it, don't forget to click the live notify button over there. Then we'll send you emails before the show starts. Now, your homework for this week is to go and look through the color mixing webinar again to make sure that you remember. Of course, you'd need to dust off your oil paints. Then also, I'd really appreciate it if you help us get the word out by telling all your friends. We'd like to help as many people as we can to learn how to paint. I'll see you then. I can't wait.
That's about all I have for you for this week. So in the meantime, till next time we meet again, happy painting!
Hey Basket TV!